18-year-old entrepreneur, and I've spent money on a lot of dumb stuff. I probably spent more money than a lot of my peers because I come from absolutely nothing. So when I first started getting a little bit of money, I wanted to spend it like crazy. I wanted to have the life that I didn't have when growing up. So I've compiled a list after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on random stuff. What are the top 7 things you should not spend money on? What was a waste for me? We're going to start off from number one. That's hyper expensive dinners. I'm all for a nice dinner at a nice steakhouse with your boys, spending $400, $500, splitting it 2 or 3 ways. I'm all for that. When you're having a good day, that's the best way to end it. Big day, you make like 20K in sales. You want to go crazy. You want to do some cool stuff. You want to like ball out a little bit. What I'm talking about here is when you invite 4 chicks with you. They got to have every appetizer on the menu. And then on top of that, you pick up the whole bill yourself. This brings me back to one experience, exact scenario I just described. Invited a bunch of chicks with us. We went out, we went and got dinner. I just got up, handled the whole tab. I don't like talking about like who's gonna split the bill, etc. It makes me very uncomfortable because that was something that was always a conversation whenever me or my family would rarely eat out when I was a kid. So I don't even like the idea of money being brought up in the conversation. So I usually, if you ask any of my friends, I'm always the one paying the bill. I get to it before they even have the chance. And I paid a $1,700 bill this one time at this restaurant. And man, waking up the next morning, that feeling that you have, it is the absolute worst. Now, the second one is designer clothes. This is the biggest waste. This t-shirt that I'm wearing, it's a Viore t-shirt. It probably costs $70, $80. The shorts that I'm wearing, they're Lulu shorts. Once again, probably like $50 to $70. This feels better than any designer stuff. I've went to Hermes and spent $7,000 on a sweater before. I've spent loads of money on these nice like designer shoes, etc. You don't even like to wear them because you almost feel uncomfortable when you're wearing these things. It doesn't even feel right. And that's why I recommend people not spend money on it. Because even if you do get it, and my thought process is, yeah, when I get this, I'm going to feel like a baller. It's going to make me want to make more money. It's not going to happen. You're not going to wear this stuff. You're going to feel uncomfortable and weird when you wear it. Maybe if you're a billionaire buying Laura Piana, that's a different story. There's not even a logo on it. You just got the money. Who cares? But like when you're just starting to make some money, don't spend money on designer clothes. That's the biggest waste. Third thing here, unnecessary courses. I've spent loads of money on courses. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't spend money on courses. And I don't have a course, so I'm not trying to convince you to buy one from me. I've spent a lot of money though on courses that I didn't need. Like I'd just be sitting around, I'd see an ad, oh, learn how to get better with XYZ thing, get this mindset hack. And I'd book a call and I'd end up paying their sales guy $5,000, $10,000 to get better mindset. When in reality, I didn't need better mindset. Like I was doing just fine as is. I probably spent over 6 figures on courses, and probably half of that, around $50,000, was on courses and mentorships that I simply did not need. It didn't progress my career then, and it still hasn't now. So therefore, I've wasted money. I'd probably be $50,000 richer if I just didn't spend a bunch of money on courses for no reason. Because you get in this trap of like feeling like you're doing self development, like you're developing yourself, but in reality, you're not. You're just wasting money. You're better off just buying the designer clothes because at least you kind of got something to show for it. Now, the fourth thing is random accessories. I'm going to give you guys a story. Me and my business partner Carson here in Austin, Texas, we were walking around downtown. We went in the cigar shop. I wanted Carson to try a cigar. I've always liked cigars. There's a long story behind it. I'm not going to get into it. But I've just been a cigar guy. I'm 18 though, so it's like technically not allowed, but I always find my way. So you go to the cigar shop, and I was looking in this case, and they had some DuPont lighters. And man, there was one DuPont lighter. It looked like some James Bond stuff. I was like, man, that's a hot lighter. So I asked the guy working at the store, like, yo, could I check that out? He opens it up. He flicks it out. It's got like double flames. I still have this lighter. Like, it's in my house right now. And I end up just impulsively buying this lighter for $2,500. 2.5 grand on a lighter. Now, after getting the lighter, I've maybe used it twice because the raw reality is the $10 lighter you get off Amazon is actually just easier to use. And you don't feel weird using it. You feel weird carrying around a $2,500 lighter because now you're afraid you might lose it. What if you scuff it, etc. So it's just not worth it. These random little accessories like bags, lighters, expensive pens, like this pen that I have, it's somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I dropped it. I can't seem to find it now. Like I have a nice pen. Oh, here it is. Like this was like a $50 pen, but I could have spent $500 on a pen, but it just wouldn't be worth it. You buy these expensive things, and similar to the designer furniture, you feel awkward, you feel weird, and you don't want to use it actually in real life. The fifth thing is furniture. We started business for freedom, and expensive furniture and just furniture in general ties you down. I had an apartment. Technically they called it a penthouse, but in reality it was just an apartment with an extra bedroom in a place called Hanover Brazos in downtown Austin. It was like $12,000 a month, and I pimped this thing out. I went on RH and I racked up like a $30,000 bill for furniture, and I bought all this furniture, and it arrives. And I had it for a few months and I got rid of it. And the reason I got rid of it is because I wanted to move, and I moved into this house. Therefore, buying expensive furniture is a waste because you get tied down to things. And for example, this house came for the most part fully furnished. So it's like, what am I gonna do? Have two couches in my living room? Like the house is big and I ain't got space for two couches, you know? Or do I throw it in a shipping thing and now I gotta pay $100 a month for like a storage unit? Don't buy furniture. It's gonna tie you down. It's immobile. It's hard to get rid of as well. I can't stress this enough. We get into entrepreneurship to gain freedom, but then we end up still locked down because we just spend money at a higher rate than before. The sixth thing is first class flights. Now, I think first class flights are fully acceptable if you're going to use credit card points. If you're going on a fun trip with your boys, use the credit card points if you got them. And in theory, if you run a business, you should have them. You should be doing everything for a credit card so you can point max. But like going out of pocket, out of the bank account for a first class flight, especially a domestic flight, is the most not worth it thing in the entire world because the destination, you're going to get there at the same time. You're going to be looking at the same videos on your phone and completely zoned out and in like scroll zombie mode if you're just in the economy seats opposed to first class. Like the only difference with first class is instead of getting bottled water, you get water in a glass that they probably didn't even wash and is probably like not even sanitary. Like it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Now if you have points, just do it. You got the points, who cares? It doesn't come out of your bank account. Don't spend money on first class flights. Seventh thing is something I've learned recently: expensive rent. I mentioned it before. I was paying $12,000 a month for this quote unquote penthouse, which kind of sucked. Like it was not good quality in downtown Austin. Now I'm in this huge house living by myself that I don't even use in like Westlake area Austin, and I'm paying $9,000 a month. And then by the time I pay for lawn mowing and cleaners and all this other stuff, it ends up being like $10,000 a month to live here, plus utilities also. So the more of the story is like when I spend money on my Ferrari, which isn't on the list because that was a great investment. I get loads of joy out of that car. That car's made me tenfold through the connections alone. I keep that car forever. Although I have a loan on the car and I'm making payments, it's actually going towards something that I keep forever. Rents, on the other hand, you don't eventually get the rent. Now, also don't buy a house. Like, don't buy anything expensive. Don't buy a house. Don't buy an apartment because once again, it's similar to a furniture point that I made, which is you're just gonna lock yourself down. In a car, I can ship that for $1,000. It's whatever. But spending money on expensive rent is the biggest waste of money I think I've ever done. I probably spent, I want to say, $150 to $200,000 on rent on places that I will never get back. That's why I'm moving back to downtown. I'm just getting a one bedroom. I don't use this house. I haven't been upstairs. It's like a 3,800 square foot house. I haven't been upstairs in probably 2 weeks. Like I just sleep in my bed, work in my office, and I don't use the kitchen. I don't really sit on the couch except for like maybe I'm just editing a video, chilling, listening to some music. Like it's just not needed. It's unnecessary expense, and it's cool to have unnecessary expense like call because you keep it forever. You get joy out of it, but I don't get joy out of having an upstairs that I haven't walked up to in 2 weeks because I have no need to. Now, the more of the story here, and this is what I want to kind of hammer home for you guys before y'all leave this video. If you won't ask yourself every single time you're about to buy something, if I won't remember this purchase in 10 years, I should not buy it. I will remember being 17 years old, walking in a Ferrari dealership and buying a brand new car off the lot. I will remember being 18, picking up this Stay. I won't look back and remember on a positive light spending $9,000 a month on rent, buying a bunch of random furniture, buying expensive first class flights. I'm not going to look back at that and be like, that was worth it. Anyway, guys, this is Wyatt. See you guys in the next video. Subscribe for more and follow me on Instagram, WyattRoderick_.